Hey, cuties. What's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you guys. This will be this is a power hour. So I do thank you guys for joining me for a late live. And the reason why I came live is because I was absolutely disturbed after reading that article earlier today. And it made me sad because, as the title states, when will the court system believe women? Um, Very, very disturbing. But real quickly, I'm going to say hello. Shout out to 142 of you that are joining me. If anyone wants to give their thoughts, or if you've experienced something similar when it comes to going back and forth to court, hit the link when I drop it. As I mentioned, I'm not going to waste too much time. I just wanted to go over some of the things that was in that article. So, hello to the cutie crew representing. Hey, Linda Gamble, Olivia Square Biz. Hey, sis. Hey, Neva P. Hey, Monica. Hey, sis. How are you? Hey, Paper Chase. Deborah Jackson, Thee, Mama Bees, April, Bevy, Iman, Tia P, CB, Dim Boys, Mama. Good evening to you. Hey, Patricia. Hello, Tanisha, Gloria, Andrea, or Andrea, depending on how you pronounce it. We got my little sis in the house, Trending. Hey, Trending. I'm going to cash app you, if not tonight, because I'm tired, first thing in the morning, to donate a sweatshirt to your pick. So have a little raffle on your channel. And whomever donated a sweatshirt to me, let them know that I appreciate it. I really, really do. Hey, Gina, Linda Gamble again, PDS, Teresa Wright, Nyla Eve, Tyler and Ty Mom, G Mom, Karen, T Nicole, Gigi, Phenomenal Black Woman, Robin Davis, Latanja, Patricia. I think I said hi to you, Patricia. Jay Humans, Gail Freeman, Janetta Boyd, D Brown. We almost at the bottom. Let's see. MJJ, we got the pastor, Braylon Lee in the house. Braylon, I started your video this morning and I'm tried to try to finish. I wanted to finish it when I got off of work today, but excellent video from what I've seen thus far. You are doing the damn thing, Braylon. Keep it up, and I will finish. Probably when I start work tomorrow, same time that I started watching it today. That's when I'm really able to listen, while I'm working. But great job. Great job. I am Blessed Pecan Pam, Cheryl Canada, Vanessa Jackson. Hope it's something new, not old. Pamela Queen, not sure what you're talking about. Um, unless you didn't see what was going around. It really was, Teresa. It really was. Yes, Barbara. My goodness. Oh my God. I'm hurt for male. Let me say that. I'm hurt for the children. Um, and it's puzzling to me. Hello, yes, Miss Yobo, Gail Freeman, Vandy. Let's see, Angela Richardson. Hey, sis. Hey, let's be clear. Let's see. Deneen. Hey, Deneen. And let's see, Fadra. I think that's the first time I've seen your name. Welcome. My degree is real. Hello, M. Babette, G. Michelle. Let's see. We may be down to the bottom. Miss Woodards, um, Tyra. Hey, sis. Sending my love to Papa Tyra. Love me some Papa Tyra, child. Tyra then told the man I'm a thug. Tyra, you can't do that, sis. New Orleans diva, VG. I'm looking on my phone. Shayla, Miss Cookie. Hello to each and every one of you. So, since this is a strict power hour because it is late and your girl is tired, beat, so beat that I may end up canceling my trip this weekend. I didn't have too much to do. I was gonna have my cable installed in Vegas and do a couple other things, but I'm rethinking that. I am because I'm not flying this time. I'm driving and I'm not feeling it because I have to drive the following week. So I'll determine what I'm gonna do by tomorrow. Hello, Samantha. But right now it's over. Right now I'm canceling that thing. Um, yeah, I've been moving around this house like I'm a man. Do you hear me? And yeah, my body is tired. Okay, little sis. All right, you will have a okay to celebrate your 7K. Cool. All right. So yes, let me put that on my board right here. To Cash App trending. But let's get started, guys. I am not going to share the actual article, but I am going to read over some of the points again. For those of you that watched my live earlier today, thank you so much. And if you haven't, go back and check it out. Um, what a mess. What a mess. And as I mentioned, my thoughts number one, look, I'm tired. I'm sure you guys are tired. But can you imagine how tired Mel has to be? It really hit me, because a lot of times I look at Mel, I've said it in her comments and everything else. She's like an energizer bunny to me. She just keeps going and going and going. And it's a beautiful thing to see, especially with what she's come out of. But when it comes to this fight, I'm sure this is mentally draining for her. And we know that she loves her kids. We know that. But this dude that she had him by is a terror. He's a terror. He just will not stop. And it's disgusting. It really is. Let me see here. Let me do something. I wanted to first because they mentioned in that article corporal punishment. Corporal punishment. And I know what it means. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what it means, but I also wanted to share the definition real quick, real quick. And then we'll go over some points. But my thing is this. Is this on what I needed to be on? Hold on, guys. This thing, it's the way I'm doing this now as well because my StreamYard doesn't work from my main window, which is weird. So I'm in a totally different window. But let's go over corporal punishment real quickly. And then we will, if I can get this crap, we will get started. Cutie crew, we are having our members only tomorrow. And shout out to L'Oreal, excuse me, for an excellent topic. I think maybe that's what we'll have to do going forward. I always put up a topic post, but we always get on one topic and then that's it. So, pretty good topic. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, but let's go ahead. And again, I wanted to read the definition of corporal punishment. Um, and I'll read a couple. But this one says physical punishment, such as caning and flogging, punishment under law that includes imprisonment and death. Corporal punishment is a discipline method in which a supervising adult, listen to this next word, deliberately inflicts pain upon a child in response to a child's unacceptable behavior and or inappropriate language. The immediate aims of such punishments are usually to halt the offense, prevent its reoccurrence, and set an example for others. Um, I don't care what it does as far as setting an example or trying to prevent something. Deliberately inflicts pain upon a child. And that corporal punishment was mentioned throughout that article. So, for those of you that did not, hey LaDawn, hello to everyone else that joined me. Hey Vanessa Jones. And I'm gonna stop looking at the chat so we can get this done and get on up out of here. But I was disturbed. I really, really was. After reading that. And it's not a woman thing, it's just if you got a heart thing. And as I mentioned, I cannot even imagine what male is really, really feeling and really, really going through, and to have to continue. Oh my goodness, I still have my Apple Watch, my cardio going. It's at 4 hours now. To continue to have to send her children over to his home. That's a scary thought. And I think that thank goodness that the majority of the commentary is number one in support of Mel and her kids, and number two calls out the behavior of Martell. Thank goodness for that. But yeah, prayers to Mel. But anyway, let me go over a couple of the things that was in the article. The man popped off at the children's school. Okay. At the children's school and practice and other public places. That means you're out of control. And message to Carlos King. We've been seeing him being out of control right on Love and Maritinesville. Let's go over another part. And that part, this is the part. First of all, I want to say this because we know what happened with Tank and prayers going up for Tank. Because when they mentioned the part of choking, for me, the first child that came to mind was Tank. Tank. Now, even in the article, they said that corporal punishment that is excessive and abusive towards the minor children, including but not limited to choking. This is all in the filing. Choking, grabbing, punching the minor son, hitting all of the children. Why must people be subjected to Martell's abuse? Whether it's mental abuse, physical abuse, whatever, financial abuse, stealing the girl's money and all that type of stuff. Why does everyone have to suffer because he's suffering? What struck me as really odd was this man, even after going to court in December of 2023, 2 months ago, almost 2 months to the day, he still felt that it was a good idea to give an interview. And, it just really lets me know, guys, what we have been witnessing. And, I told you guys that going into season 7, if Martell is on there, I'm going to try my darndest to not even recap his scene. I'm just going to try. Because it's hard to, let's say he says something funny in an episode. It's gonna be hard for me to come out and, oh, did you guys see Martell and what you know what I mean? This man is crazy. That's my opinion, and it's not cute at all. Um, Again, what Mel has gone through, as with other women, uh, the courts fail them. They fail them. And, this may sound harsh, but we've seen and read several news stories and articles of where things have gone horribly wrong after, we'll go with straight DV. And a woman may go and get a restraining order, and she's not really protected because you know I've never had to get one, but I would assume that the popo is not just circling their home and making sure they're okay. So most times those don't do much anyway. But unfortunately, their AB users have harmed them seriously or worse. And what I feel when it comes to the courts is, of us knowing that abuse, ABUs, was mentioned when they had to remove Tank, when Martell wasn't able to see Tank for 59 days. That means they were aware, and they are failing Mel in this case, as well as probably hundreds of thousands of women. Um, can you believe them? What are you waiting for? When does it get to the point where you say, okay, you violated the order to stay in counseling with your son? And because of that, your ex wife will now have temporary full custody until you go do what you need to do. Does he need a psych eval? Absolutely. He should have had it years ago based on his own actions that we've seen. And, it's just heartbreaking for me. It is heartbreaking for me because we see her fighting, going back, filing more motions, going back after the revenge peak, going back. It's scary as a woman. It really, really is. It's scary as a woman. And, naturally, in this article, he tried to mention a spanking. If that is the truth, the spanking is not corporal punishment. But Martell does what he always does, and that's let me compare or make up something that she did that's similar to what I did. He's draining. He is really, really draining. And I just think about the future, because they do have four kids together. That's not going to change. And they are somewhat, even though divorced, tied to each other for life. And I could not imagine being tied to a Martell Holt. No way, no how. And, I don't condone violence. I don't condone violence at all. But I understand shows like Snap. I really do. And I hate to say that. But, it's like you go out there, you're trying to get protection, you're trying to do things the right way, you're trying to abide by the law. And do y'all care about my kids? Would be my question. This not a joke. This is my kids. And to have to deal with them, like I said, it's too much for me to even continue to think about. It really, really is. Beverly, I think so as well. As far as that judge being a pick me or whatever, you know what it sort of reminds me of? It reminds me of the judge that was over Meek Mill's case. That judge had it out for Meek Mill, where they finally had to remove her because she was just making personal decisions. And it was crazy. It really, really was. And I do think that that is what's been going on. Now, naturally, I don't know. Hold on, guys. Naturally, I don't know if this case will still be, they're going to trial according to the article in April, and I'm not sure if that same judge will be presiding, but I hope not. I hope not. Because it was a female judge, if I'm not mistaken. She probably goes home to a spouse that's not like Martell. She probably goes home to a home where her kids are not subjected to corporal punishment. But what really disturbed me, guys, and as I mentioned, I'm going to drop the link. I'm already talking at 23 minutes, so that means we got about 40 more minutes. If you want to come up real quickly and share your story or just your thoughts, we will have a 2 minute max. And Cutie Crew will definitely continue this on tomorrow. But what really, really disturbed me was him saying that this is just crazy to me. He would be willing to allow the kids to film on Love and Marriage Huntsville if he could use corporal punishment in the future. What type of shit is that? What type of, and just think back to all the times, think back to what he said to Tasha K. When he said that the kids were gone for 59 days, and when they came back to him, they was bad as hell. You know what I mean? So that to me meant then and now that he had to correct some actions of them probably not being damn near held as prisoners in Mel's home when he was finally able to have the kids back in his care. But you want to allow her to go ahead and have these kids on Love and Marriage Huntsville if you can use. uh, Am I crazy? Has anyone ever experienced someone like this that thinks about punishing in the future? That's crazy. That is crazy. Um, okay, Braylon, I see you. How are you, Braylon Lee?
I'm doing good, beautiful, and thank you for the love for my video. That was very emotionally heavy, but I
Yeah,
think I did a responsible job of
you
executing
did.
it.
You did. And as I mentioned, I have a little more to watch, but excellent, excellent job. I keep telling you, Braylon, you are wise beyond your years. Okay. And I
Thank you,
loved
Queen.
it. Great, great video. Let me read a couple comments, Braylon, and
Sure.
then we will get started.
Okay.
Beverly G, thank you for saying this. The kids are very well mannered kids, always saying yes or no, ma'am. Yes. And Mixie, thank you for saying this because that is the purpose of this video. Why are the courts playing with the safety and mental stability of those children? That's crazy. It's crazy and it's sad. And sometimes you kind of, even if I watch a program, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I shouldn't have watched that." Well, I felt that way after I read this article. I really did. Naturally, we want to be aware as far as what's going on, but it was disturbing. So, Braylon, let me know your thoughts. Again, thank you, real quick, Braylon. Thank you to the 513 of you that are watching me currently. I appreciate you. If you have not hit the like button, please make sure to do so. Shout out to the replay gang. Welcome to the panel, Hannah Grace and Prosperity Thick Girl. Prosperity said we need to meet up, Mel and the four-piece nuggets, OT in I don't know what that is. Vedic there, Willie, him, Wilkie, thirds child. I don't know what that is. Prosperity. You're gonna have to translate that for me. But hold on one second. Let me put this one up. Um Taya,
Taya,
Is it Taya?
yes.
Hi Taya, how are you?
How are you?
Pretty good, pretty
Question.
good. Thanks for
Um,
joining. Thanks for joining us. Okay, one second. We're gonna go ahead and swing up to Braylon Lee, and then after Braylon, we'll have Hannah Grace, and then Taya. In the chat, though, you guys let me know if you've experienced ex like this, ex boyfriend, ex spouse. Let me know. But go ahead, Braylon. Your thoughts on this?
Mm. If we all remember the reunion, how you know Martell said that I'm very accommodating to your request, but you're not accommodating to mine. We do remember that statement being made, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The request that you put in, Martell, was I would like to be divorced from you. She honored your request. The
Mm,
request she made in turn to you was to leave her alone.
mm-hmm.
But you haven't honored that request. But yet you had the black dassy, black poxy, and black imagination to want to have your kids punished off camera. So
Yeah.
that way they can be on camera with that pain.
you want
Are
indicators
you
on?
serious? And then this is what I would suggest since Martell's requesting things. Can we request all the men in Melody's family, including me, to come by and whoop your ass in the
Oh,
exchange? We don't
child.
have to hear from you anymore. Can
Mm,
we
mm,
honor
mm,
that
mm,
request?
mm, mm,
Now,
mm,
listen,
mm.
I'm not saying that if that happened to you, how I would feel, but listen, just because I haven't been to Walt Disney World doesn't mean I don't get excited by seeing pictures and video. Be careful, Martell. Content is always needed on social media, brother. Much love,
Mm,
everybody.
mm. Braylon Lee, I love me some pasta. And what I also love, Braylon, is other men speaking up and speaking out about Martell. A lot of times people think that The majority of us just come out in support of male or any other woman just because we're women, and that's not the case. And it just feels good to really hear the last part of what you said. I think that if that had happened a long time ago, especially if there was them goons from Chicago, I think that Martell would have been stopped. Do you hear me? Been stopped. And he's erratic. That was in the article as well. And he don't believe that fat meat is greasy. And he's just going to keep on causing pain because he refuses to acknowledge his own. That's what this is all about. Now, for those that's in the cutie crew, you guys know that we had a very, very big debate last Friday when it comes to Lexi. And I specifically asked you guys the question on, do you think that even though the Eminem kids have had therapy thanks to their mom, consistent therapy, that they could one day possibly be experiencing or feeling some of the same things like Lexi has? Very, very big debate. And based off of what was in this article, absolutely. Even with corrective measures being taken in advance, you never know how things from your past gonna come back out and affect you. So again, because this man is in pain, because he's miserable, he wants to make everybody else miserable. I'm gonna get to you next, Hannah Grace. Braylon, thank you so very much for even mentioning the show.
No problem. No
You
problem at
said
all.
that he wanna punish his kids. What did you say exactly, Braylon?
So he thought that if I can get what I want, I'll give you what you want. But the problem
Mhm,
is, see, kids, their emotions, they're more raw than adults. But I
mhm.
think he missed that part. Not that he was born with any intelligence coming out of his mother's womb or nothing, but that's neither here nor there. He thought by having his way that he could have the kids go on camera with that pain.
Yeah.
But see, the problem is if we notice that pain, you do
Mhm.
realize we will talk about you, right? So you really thought you had the game on lock. Once again, a 29-year-old is mentally whooping your ass on social media,
Oh,
Martell.
child.
You let a 29-year-old outman you, bro? Mentally? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? As far as punishing the kids, just thinking about it for him, yeah, I'll let you. First of all, what mother is going to agree with that? Now, it could have been game. He could have, because in his mind, just because of the support that Mel has, he probably feels like that's her everything. And it could have been a setup. And Mel, what mother is going to agree with that? Okay, yes. Yes. So you saying I could have them on the show and you can inflict corporal punishment on them in the future? Sure, we could do that. That was crazy. But he's also punishing his kids by not allowing them on the show. By not allow what's the big deal about the kids being on the show? But that is the only tie that he has to Mel, and that is his last form of control over her. He's just thank you, Miss Wooders. I just saw your comment. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's another level of control. And that's
You,
all he has. He
you,
can't control the bank accounts anymore. He can't control, let's say if he was one of the type of men that say, well, I don't like your hair like that. Can you change that? Or you're not doing this in the bedroom. Can you do this or this or that? All that's out the window. So the last thing is the kids.
I was just about to say that I watched a movie called Coca-Cola Godmother. I'm paraphrasing it, but it's on YouTube. There was a
Mhm.
pivotal scene where um, the Blanco family went by to collect, and the son asked, "What do we do about the kids?" And Griselda said that there was a scene in The Godfather of "Don't leave behind the seed." Martell recognizes that he has no power. So because he has no power, he will take away anyone's power. And the fact that he will allow his children not to have a voice
Mm-hmm.
goes to show that he really was just a sperm donor.
That's
Because
it.
any real man would not allow that. And
Yeah.
honestly, you better be lucky I ain't buddies, man, because you would have been taken care of a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Excellent
would
point.
I would have asked her to put in a restraining order, and then I would put out an order,
Mm-mm. All right, Braylon. Let's
DoorDash
keep it
order.
cute. Let's
Okay,
keep it cute, Braylon. But I
I
get you.
said DoorDash.
I
I said
know.
DoorDash.
I know. But I feel you, believe me. Yeah, it's control. And just thinking back, and Hannah, you're next. Just thinking back to how many times he said, I'm a good dad, I'm a good dad, my kids, my kids, my kids. He was hanging on to that because he had nothing left. But to see or read what this man has been doing behind closed doors in detail, because we heard of what happened with Tank before, and then it was just too much for me. It really, really was. Shout out again to those of you that are watching. 572 of you. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button for me. And Hannah Grace. Hannah, your thoughts on this?
Hey, Chit Chat. Thank you for letting me up. Hello, panel. Great combo. I tell you what, very, very perplexed about why in the world the family court in Madison
Mhm.
County, Alabama, would allow this behavior from a father. The father who you ordered to court, I mean, to counseling, and he didn't want to do it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if he finished or not. That's outrageous. And then here comes the exact same allegations that came to him before when they had to take the kids for 52 days. These are the similar allegations that this man is doing this to his children. So why
Mm-hmm.
would the court allow this? And just like you said, if he said, I'll let them back on TV if you let me do
Mm-mm-mm.
corporate punishment.
Mm,
First
mm,
of all,
mm, mm.
the judge, I don't even blame Martell for this not allowing the kids on social media and on TV. That's the judge. They should
Yeah.
have enough common sense to know that it put some kind of restrictions in place, yes, but don't take this woman's right to have her kids on social media. That
Mm-hmm.
to me is seem like it's overstepping your boundaries as a judge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for him to not want those kids on there, like you say, it's just manipulation. He know, but you can have your this is the part that
Mm-hmm.
aggravates me. You can have your fifth son on social media. You can put
Mm-hmm.
him on there, but you don't want your other four kids on. So you're trying to punish these kids
Yeah.
and Melody because you've lost control, domination, and power over Melody. And you
That's
don't
it.
have it anymore. So you're just grasping for straws. And as you're doing that, you're hurting your kids. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so glad that Melody have these kids in counseling. And I know you're saying that you liken it to kind of like what Lexi is going through.
Just
Um,
speculation. Yeah, naturally we won't know because they aren't at that age. But yeah, just speculating. But go ahead.
right. And I think the key to this is, if you have injury, you don't just let that injury alone. You try to either go to see a doctor, bandage it up or something. So with her having these kids and counseling and giving them the coping skills, that's going to have somewhat combat it and give them the tools they need when they are, because like you say, it's definitely going to affect them. There's no ifs,
Mm-hmm.
ands, or buts about it
Mm-hmm.
because they're kids and it's going to grow up. All of these feelings that they're going through, going back and forth from 7 days on, 7 days out, all of this torment, if you ask me, that this man is putting these kids through, in my opinion. I don't have any evidence, but
Mm-hmm.
these allegations are strong. And I hope that this judge see what we've seen and take this stuff serious. Because Martell, if you've noticed, he come back with a comeback on Melody, talking about she was the one that was spanking
Mm-hmm.
the youngest
Mm-hmm.
daughter. So he's always coming up with some kind of plot, and I pray he don't get away with it this time. And this woman or man, whoever the judge is, step in and make this man be accountable for counseling and getting his mental in order, his behavioral problems, his anger management in order before he. And I still don't see how he still got the kids after all of
Yeah.
this that's going on. Even the thing with what just happened with the DV charges, they should have
Mm-hmm.
immediately taken
Mm-hmm.
them kids out of the home right then and there. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't understand. But anyway, but yeah, it's tragic. Well, I'm not gonna say that. We continue to pray and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Next month, what April is the court date, so we'll just continue to pray and pray, that everything works out for the kids and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. And for Melody and her
Yeah.
family. That's it.
Yeah. For sure, Hannah Grace, top of the list. You know what I mean? And again, it's just so discouraging that, but it happens everywhere that this is our court system. You know what I mean? Kids are the first that should be believed and protected. And as you said, with the charges that came out, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this until this. And, some people, Martell, most definitely, in my opinion, use the father's rights law to their advantage. And look, it shouldn't be a such thing. It shouldn't be needed. Father's rights, mother's rights, or whatever. But unfortunately, it is for people like him. But for him to be able to benefit from that, and again, I think that these judges are somewhat immune. You know what I mean? They probably see so many cases, and here's this guy that probably dropping tears and every damn thing else in court, putting on a show, acting like he says he's an actor. Um, and it just don't make sense to me. She mentioned in detail what her son Tank came home and said. Is that 2 years ago now? I think that's about two
Yeah,
years
in
ago.
2020, 21 or yeah, it's been a couple of years.
Right, it's been a couple years, and here it is, 2024. There are still active cases and filings and motions and everything else when it comes to alleged, for the sake of this channel, abuse. And this nut wants to have the right in the future. Is there any other methods that you can think of, Mr. Martell Holt, where maybe corporal punishment is not the answer? Maybe somebody should have had done corporal punishment to him. I just don't know where he gets it from, because he's been talking like this for years. If you just go back and think about some of the things, I'm the disciplinarian. I'm this. I remember a video when he embarrassed Tank. Poor Tank. But you guys remember Tank probably wanted the little fake chain. Remember Mel said she told them all, you guys order what you want. It was around Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. Just some little fun gifts that they wanted. And remember, Tank ordered the chain. And being a boy and being excited, Tank wore the chain to school. Mr. Martell got online and made a poll for people to vote on his son. That was absolutely disgusting to me. So when will it end? When? You
Let
know?
me say this too, Chit Chat. That's how he was brought up with his mom. She even said it. She was busy, and if they
Yeah.
came in there
Mhm.
complaining, so this is the pattern that he brought onto his kid. But then the other thing I was thinking about too, this article said that Melody was dragging her ex-husband back into court. I did
Mhm.
not like those words. So I'm
Mhm.
wondering, this article is, even though it's a good article, it's still kind of, well, I guess that they have to be unbiased. So, but I just didn't like that dragging him back in the court. And then they left off the fact that he was the one that filed for full custody of the children. I don't see that in that article anywhere, unless I
Uh-huh.
missed it. And I've read it more than one time. But it's like they're saying that she's dragging him back in the court just for nothing. No,
Yeah.
she had valid reasons to bring, and she didn't drag him back into court. He's really dragging himself, because if he was the one that was doing the kids correctly without all of this corporate punishment and whatever else he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
psychological abuse, I mean, AB, emotional and physical, that's three different types of,
Yeah.
and then that's why she have to advocate for her kids, because he's not. Don't
Yeah.
seem like the criminal justice system is either. So she got to do what she got to do. Is all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Great points, Hannah Grace. I agree with you. I think that this article, first of all, how did they get it? And I'm gonna give you guys my theory. I think that TK, Tasha K, probably sent that there right on over to the Sun. Now, because remember, she was supposed to come out with additional information. Well, once Mel was doxxed, a lot of things changed when it came to whatever else she was going to release. But we know that Martell walks around with court documents like his money in his pocket for some reason. I don't understand it. But if he were the one that provided this to the Sun, it's not. The article was favorable. And I hate to even use that word in a situation like this, but it was favorable to Mel for me and the kids. You know what I mean? There was nothing, even with them mentioning the spanking, that's a big difference than choking and everything else that's in there about him. So, but he's slow enough to really provide people with those documents, and I think he wants people to do what we see on Love and Marriage Huntsville: ignore everything that's going on with me, but just focus on what's in there about her. It's a horrible life to live, if you ask me. I know you got to keep going and going and going, but yeah, she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. Just think about, she had to battle with this man damn near probably all of the years that they were married. And then now the battle continues, and it's going to continue. Let's say the kid want a certain car. Mr. Man, no, I don't think she should have that. Or no, I don't think this will go on until those kids are adults, unfortunately. And Lady B, I'm like you. I think that's why I was so disturbed, because yes, ma'am, every Friday night I am watching 2020 and Dateline, okay? And I've seen Martell's. I've seen Martell's. I've seen these stories of men that are damn near identical to him. So that's why my mind goes there. You know, I'm looking at it. So excellent point, Hannah Grace. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and go to Maya. Taya, child, I'm sorry. I
Okay,
had
I'm
to.
like, wait a minute. I think that's not
You
you
know
and
what?
not Taylor.
The only person I was looking at was Prosperity, so I had to scroll up. It's Taya, right?
Yes.
Taya. Okay, Taya, you are up. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I have a few questions because I just, because I have a few questions and a few unpopular, probably unpopular opinions. Um, so they said it was an incident at the school. Did the school report the incident, or did like Mel report the incident?
Well, the article didn't state. So it was in her filing, but the article didn't state whether the school reported him or not. But I would think anything that's done on school property, they most definitely were aware. You know what I mean?
But the school would be legally obligated to also report it.
That's correct.
And
Hmm.
then if the children are in counseling, to a degree, I know certain information has to remain confidential, but if the children are in harm's way, then also the counselor would have to report it as well, right?
I'm almost positive, yeah.
So all in all, what I'm getting at is I'm wondering, okay, is this information based on hearsay from Mel, or is it, you know, these incidents are being reported, and the court actually has legal documentations from counselors from the school, in addition to what Mel is saying, and reports from the children, and they're still not doing anything. Because
Mm-hmm.
stories like this makes me think of the little baby. His name is Gabriel from
Mm,
California,
I watched
where
that.
he was failed by the
My God.
system on several occasions. And if
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the case where the court has all this documentation, this whole paper trail, then then we're talking about a whole nother level. Instead of the hashtags cancel
Mm-hmm.
Martell, there should be a call to action for the CPS system.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Mm-hmm.
are y'all allowing this to go on? And you have this whole trail of information and evidence that these children are in harm's way, but you're still allowing them to be in harm's way with their abuser. And then
Right.
as far
And
as
let me say something real quickly. I do believe that most likely documentation when it comes to, let's say, counselors, they can't really that's not going to be in their account of things, won't be in the public records, and I would think the same thing would apply to the school system as well. Maybe as the trial go on or whatever the case may be. So I'm not, but I get your point. I can't say if it was there or not. Robin put in the chat, we would have to ask the son. I agree. They put the article out, but it most likely was reported because she couldn't just go say, hey, this happened at the school without proof. I don't think she would be dumb enough to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there's something. But go
so,
ahead, Taya.
so that's where it should be a call to action. Because you notice in the case of Gabriel, it wasn't until after it was Gabriel, and I forgot the other little boy's name, where I think the second time around after the Gabriel case, there was another case where prosecutors actually took the case managers and tried to prosecute the case managers because they dropped the ball with not removing the child from the home. So the call of action at this point should be against whoever, because I know it's different in every area. And Jersey is called DIFUS, but I think someone in the chat said it's CPS in Alabama. But there should be a call to action for child services to step in and remove them out of his custody.
Hmm.
And then as far as the whole deal of, hey, if you let me, beat the kids up, then I'll let you put them on the show. He knew she wasn't going to agree to that. So
Exactly.
he had no intentions, in my opinion, of letting them on that show, because I think he's worried if you let them on that show, it's going to be a scene with the kids and Mel, and they're going
Hmm.
to be, and one of them is going to say something about
Hmm.
the abuse that they're going through, and he doesn't really want them to do that, because otherwise, why would you? Hey, if you let me beat up the kids, I'll let you put them on TV. Really?
Hmm.
Because if I let you beat up the kids, I'm gonna put them on TV, and I'm gonna be showing the marks that you're leaving on these children,
Yeah.
from your corporal punishment. So
Hmm.
that was never, nothing that he expected her to agree to. He had no intentions on wanting those kids on the show, because then
Yeah.
now he would be being exposed from the mouths of the babies.
Hmm. Hmm. Excellent point. Excellent point. I could see that, but I also see him, just me personally, being that slow to act that in a serious manner, you know? But that's weird. Don't you think that that's a weird request?
I don't think he expected her to say yes. It's another form of manipulation.
Okay, gotcha.
So now when she goes, when she's fighting again, when she's saying, "Hey, I want my children shown on this show," he can say, "Oh, I told her that they can be on the show," and
Yeah.
oh, I said, "Oh, well, he said I had to let him beat up the kids in order to be on the show." Oh, I never said that. That doesn't even make sense that I would say something like that. That's
Mhm,
unbelievable that you would
mhm.
even tell these people. I mean, in my mind, this is how I could see this playing out. So now he says something like
Yeah.
outlandish to her, and now she goes to repeat the outlandish thing that he said, which of course is so unbelievable. Like, oh my God, a father would say something like that. And he wouldn't tell her something like that. She doesn't have it on the recording. So now it just looks like she's throwing out, crazy accusations about him, because it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
I mean, at this point, we don't feel as though he makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent points. Excellent points. It definitely gives us something to think about. I think that where the call of action should start in my opinion, is definitely with Madison County Courthouse because again, they have had conversations, cases, records of things that's happened for a couple years as we just mentioned, and it's just weird to me that this will be continued like it's a court case or something,
So why not?
Okay.
So why not both? Because if you do, because
No, I
if you bring it to
understand.
the,
No, right. That's if we know that that's behind the scenes, but I
if there's enough
definitely,
public heat, though, if there's enough public heat, someone's going to throw one office is going to throw the other office under the bus.
yeah,
They're going to
that's true.
some somebody's going to have to make some type of statement. Hey, we didn't know, but we're looking into it, or there's more to it, but we can't discuss it right
Mhm,
now. If there's
mhm.
enough public heat, they're going to have to pay attention.
Yeah, great points. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I do. Something needs to be done. And, I do think that with this being a family that is on a nationally syndicated show, that this is a good way to bring more attention to it. Excellent point about him not really wanting the kids on there because they can then say what's really going on. His mind is one of, I don't want to use the serial unaliver word, but lunaticish to me. And he's very, very calculating, and his goal is to harm. That's just it. That's all. And as
And we've
long
seen it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and as long as in the end he's able to be looked at or portrayed as this guy that he tries so hard to force down folks' throat, he's happy with that. But everybody else are the ones that's doing wrong, the kids and the ex-wife. But go ahead, and we're gonna
And
move
it's
right on
and
over to
it's another level of psyche that's involved, because if he's doing something to these kids behind the scenes and they are actually shown on national television, it's like I'm abusing you in plain sight.
and say
And
AB.
then,
Say AB. We'll
excuse
know
me.
what you're talking about. Say AB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Just for you.
that's a form of AB in plain sight, where he could turn to them. See, I'm in charge. You see all of these people, they can't help you. You have to do what I tell you to do. So
Yeah.
it's another level of control.
Yeah. I agree with you. Excellent points. All of them that you made. And again, for me, it's just scary. It is. Hey, Stacy, it's a scary thing, and I was heartbroken just reading what these children are going through. The girls and especially Tank. But thank you so much. I think the reason why I said Maya is because the M with your logo. So
Oh, that's for Mrs. Woodard's.
okay,
That's
this is
that's
Miss
how. Yeah, that's
Woodard.
what it
Miss
is.
Woodard. Okay. Thank you for that though. All
But thanks
right.
for having me.
You are welcome. Before I get to you, LaDawn, let me read a couple comments. Janine said Martell is using terroristic tactics against his kids, intimidation and unlawful violence. Carlos King is at fault per Rod Daniels for not getting him some help. Yeah. Phyllis said he's mentally unstable and disturbed, so he knows no other way. I think so as well, and that's why they've ordered him to have the psych eval. That was determined a long time ago. Just think about the wording that he used with coleslaw. I'm not gonna claim you as my woman. I can't even come up with something to say as to why I love you, but she got responsibilities. So he's ruling everybody. What they say, what's the saying? With the iron thumb, or you guys know what I'm talking about. Child, me and these old sayings. But he's the ruler of everybody. Even when he described her and the way he said it, she has responsibilities. Crazy. Phoenix, it did for me as well. Not that I can relate, but I was triggered, and that's why I'm here tonight to discuss it with you guys. Hey, Aunt Debbie. And Prosperity, your device is not connected. Try to come back up. We got we had an hour, but we'll go over about 15 minutes. Looks on. You are next. LaDawn?
Oh,
LaDawn?
hello. Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay. Hey,
Hi.
hey, sis.
Um, girl. Well, I'm gonna say this. Hey, everybody. I'm in Boston, and DCF up here fails people all the time. I seen it with my own eyes, especially being living in the hood. Um, and it's sad, you know, because in Massachusetts, you can spank your kids, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but some people don't believe in spankings, and some people shouldn't spank, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because, like, for instance, my husband of 22 years, I didn't allow him to physically discipline my son because he was a big man, he was heavy handed, and he was soft. He used to, he let my son get away with anything. He was mushy. So when he did get angry, he didn't know his strength. So I wasn't willing to take that chance. So I didn't allow it. I grew up with spankings. I believe sometimes kids do need to be popped, but
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe in a being. There is a very fine line. And I had to pop my son, and I said pop, not spank, probably 5 times in his 16 years because I'm consistent, and he just really just don't give that many problems. That's why it was
Mm-hmm.
only a pop. Boop, boy, you better, But in hotels, um, situation, in my opinion, he shouldn't be popping or disciplining anybody physically because I don't, from what I've seen, he doesn't know how to calm himself down. He don't know. He gets up in older women's faces, screaming and yelling. He's just very aggressive and, you know, unhinged, and I don't think he should be doing that. So do I believe it? I can see it because that's how he moves. He said it on Tasha K. All a woman has to do is just do what he's saying, listen, and that's what he means by any means necessary. And I think he kind of resents the kids, so it's easy, to say that it's easy for him to use certain things as an excuse because he also said on Tasha K that when he got the kids back from Mel, they was wild and he had to put them in check. So
Mm-hmm. I
we
mentioned
know.
that earlier. He sure did.
So that's another um way of him telling us, letting us know that how he runs his tight ship. Okay. The only one that gets away with anything and that gets to flip, jump, smack, and pull their mama's hair is the little one. Okay. Is the little
Mm-hmm.
boy. Okay. Other than that, he used some of his anger towards those kids when he is trying to so-called discipline them in his way is because of Mel, to get to Mel, or because it reminds him of Mel, or he's trying to show her out by saying, "Well, that's not real. That's not reality. This is what, you know," because he's
Hold
in
on, LaDon.
competition.
Hold on, LaDon. Sir, just based off of your name, I don't know about letting you up here now, butthole winker. Um, um, yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold your thought,
Chit
LaDon.
chat, don't do it. Don't you
Yeah.
do it. He was on my channel. No. Don't do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've been
Don't do it.
warned. Sorry, sir. You out of here. Goodbye. Thank you, Braylon.
I
Yeah, I
got
was
you.
confused,
Yeah, he
child.
said the N word on my
Thank you, Braylon.
channel.
Oh, did he?
Hmm
Yeah. Oh, did he? Yeah, and he is of the clear. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was about to put it up. Okay, so dog it. I wish that he would have dropped in the chat so I could have blocked him. But no, sir, not today. Um, Aunt Debbie, is this you?
Yes.
All right, all right.
How
Okay,
y'all
LaDon.
doing?
Hey, Aunt Debbie. Go ahead, LaDon. And we got about 10 more minutes, guys. That's it. It's late.
Yeah, so I think Mel is taking the necessary steps to cover herself at the end of the day. She got to do things a certain way because she can't show, certain things when she got to be the stable parent and the stronger parent right now. So
Mhm.
if anything goes on, it's going to fall on them, just like a lot of these kids that they fail every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Did the article last question for you? Did the article disturb you, LaDon?
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked at the extent. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
it's sad.
surprised, but I'm shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not surprised. That's a good way to say it. Definitely not surprised. But it's disturbing anytime that you hear things like that. Yeah, yeah, very. But thank you, LaDawn. Thank you so much.
And
We're
another
gonna get
thing,
to
chit chat. Remember when he had his birthday dinner? When we were talking, we said when them kids are with him, they don't seem happy.
they look totally different. Yeah. Yep,
Their
they do.
behavior shows that
Mm-hmm.
it's, you know.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. It's very noticeable. Very noticeable. But even with that, real quickly before I get to you on Debbie, he had the nerve to say in the article, which was a lie, or his portion of the court documents, that Mel is not honoring the judge's wishes and she's still posting the kids on social media. That's a lie. The girl has not posted her children, and I get upset every time. I love to see them all up and down the timeline on everybody else's page, but it hurts me to know that she can't even post her own kids. We are living in a social media age, and most times people will say happy birthday to you on social media instead of back in the day going and picking up a card and mailing it and all of that. This is the life that we're in. And he was vindictive by even wanting that in the first place. You know what I mean? Very, very vindictive. So, um, but thank you again, LaDon. Excellent points. Aunt Debbie, your thoughts?
I was triggered. I wasn't surprised or shocked. I was just
Mm-hmm.
triggered.
Yeah,
Martell, you know, you gonna say Melody posted the kids, but so did you. In that case, when they was at the Cheesecake Factory,
mm-hmm.
Destiny did it. So if Miss Van proud of her grandchildren, she want to post them and put a picture up and be with them, she should be able to do that.
That's
You can't
right.
put that on Melody. Just like can't nobody blame you for what Destiny did. But Martell got a way of always trying to go to court and think he getting away with something. One day it's gonna come to an end. God got a way of dealing with people like this when you mess with his children, his anointed. You know, Martell is doing too much. Look, you don't
Mhm.
do God babies like that. God see what he doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world see now. These articles are coming out. Alabama need to look at these articles. They need to look at that man. Just because he coming there with a suit on and grin and y'all think he all that. That'd be the devil in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
So I just pray that God go into that courtroom and show that judge what she's really dealing with and make a sound decision and give Mel her children and do what's right. Because it's not right for these children to go through that.
Yeah.
It's not good when children have to be on edge all the time.
Yep. Yep. And that's how it affects them mentally. So not only the physical that's mentioned, but mentally. You like you say, you got to be on guard. You got to think this. If I do this, he may do this. That's torture. But go ahead, Aunt Debbie.
It's straight torture. And he's taunting them with that because He bullying. He know that he can do what he want to get away with it with these children. And when people abuse you physically like that and mentally,
Say AB on Debbie.
oh, I'm sorry, AB,
Mm-hmm.
they really get a thrill out of it. The rage.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say he's out of control? So we know he can't control himself. He don't need to be around children, period. He just
Yeah.
don't need to be around children. You know, I pray for them. All you can do is pray.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, God got a way of dealing with people like him.
Yeah. You know what, on Debbie? I try to be careful. I even got it, or I did have it in the title. I think I removed it, the karma. But sometimes that does happen. You know what I mean? Okay, you did this. I pat you on your little hand. You did this. Now I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Eventually, you're going to be stopped, and it seems like he just don't even think about that. Eventually, you will be stopped one way or the other. And why can't everybody just have peace? If you are the person that caused all of this, all of this, you nothing registers in his head for him to say, "Damn, enough." He should be tired. He should be tired. Shopping around
Dem-
those documents to everybody. He should be tired.
Demons don't like peace, and they don't want to see you at peace.
Mhm. Mhm.
They
I
just love to stir up and cause chaos. They don't like peace.
Yeah, totally agree with you on Debbie. Totally agree. Was that it on Debbie?
Yeah, I'm just kind of triggered by that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just I just don't see, you know, how he sleep with himself at night. You know what I'm saying? How do you live
Mhm.
with yourself doing children like this and
Yeah.
just always doing something, hurting one of your own?
Yeah.
I don't give it. I don't like him.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't use the word triggered, but I was saddened. I really, really was. And got something to do tomorrow, so I knew I wouldn't be doing a power hour, and that's why I wanted to discuss with you guys tonight. But yeah, it's heavy, and it's been heavy. You know what I mean? And Mel definitely has to keep going for her kids. So that's why she's able to, I think, don't know, come out here and continue to go and motivate and be at the college and give them inspirational words and all of that, but I always say, and I know she does, she has an excellent village around her. She needs that pouring into as well, because what she's dealing with is heavy, heavy, heavy. It's nonstop. It's nonstop. It makes me appreciate my own little situation because it's drama here and there sprinkled, but it damn sure ain't none of that. You know what I mean? Because your girl will be on 26 in California. You know what's there, Aunt Debbie. It's just. But yeah,
Yes,
I feel you. I feel you. So we definitely have to continue to pray. Continue to pray. This is not personal, like this personal vendetta against this person. No, this is what we see on a daily basis, damn near. Damn. We just had the Tosh K interview last week. Then before that, it was something else. Then before that, it was something else. Enough should be enough. It really should. But excellent, excellent points on Debbie. Thank you so much. We're going to have Prosperity Thick Girl give us her thoughts. And after that, I'm going to read a couple comments. We're a little over an hour, but we're doing good. Prosperity, your thoughts?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey Chit Chat, thank you for letting me up.
You're welcome.
I think Martell is the devil's child, and for any man who can look at his sweet, humbled, well-behaved, well-mannered, respectful, loving children and do any of the things that was said in that thing, you have got to be a horrible person in the inside, for real. Martell has no redeeming qualities for me at this point. There's nothing that he can do that will make me look at him as a man ever again. Because kids don't ask to be here. There are people who wish they can have kids. Kids are a gift from God. And the fact that you can treat these gifts from God that you say you prayed for the way he is, there's nothing about that man that I want to that can make me say anything good. I want to we got to keep Mel uplifted because I want to go off, and these not even my kids. So just imagine for 7 whole days that you got to worry about what your kids are going through.
Yes.
She don't sleep. I guarantee she ain't eating like that. We see Mel keep going, and the fact you pick me issues, can y'all please just stop? Because ain't no parent with God good sense gonna sit up here and write the courts and tell the courts these things if they aren't true. Nobody is going to do this if they know that there is documentation that says otherwise. Martell is who Martell is. It is not who Melody is saying he is. He is who he has shown us to be. And if you want to use Mel for anything, use her for inspiration. Because instead of some now would do taking my kids and run, she is really allowing the judicial system to take its course and run its race. Because you want to. She know God. She know God got her. And she know at the end of the day, at the end of all this, she gonna be victorious. So if she can wait, we need to wait. We can't keep saying, I want her to do this. That lady is doing all she can.
She is.
And she's doing all she can to stay sane. I know she is, because this is hard. This is a fight of her life. This is war. These are her children. She buried these kids. She carried them. If we feel this way, just imagine how she feels. So instead of going at her, let her be your inspiration. If this is your situation, look at her, look up to her and see what you can do to help it move the right way. Martell can try to stop and stop and stop all he wants. Whatever God got for Mel and these kids in this trial, in this case, it's going to be that. But I just want to pray for her strength, that she can keep fighting, that she can keep going. Her village, that they keep her going, that they can keep her fighting and fighting with her. It's a lot of things that she could do that's wrong, but she's not. And if she can do it, we got to be there and just edge her on, push her on, and pray her towards the end of this. Because it's coming. No matter how much he think it's not, it's coming. Because, baby, I'll be tended out in his yard every 7 days. For 7 days, I'll be in trees. She ain't doing none of that. She's still working. She still got a smile on her face. She's still able to come out here and pour into everybody. And this ain't got nothing to do with no millimeter stuff. This is this woman's strength. This is what she shows us. We can only go by what she shows us, and this is what she is showing us.
Yeah.
So y'all can think, you can think and all that what you want, but this lady is in the fight of her life, and she is fighting the only way she know how, and she is letting God fight her battle for her. And you know how hard that is when it's your kids. I'm not that woman yet. I pray to be that woman one day, but I'm not her yet. And the fact that she can do that,
the prosperity and coleslaw is around the kids too.
Do you know how she doing them kids when he leaving them with her? A woman gonna treat your kids the way you treat your kids. If you feel it's okay to be knocking your kids around, even if she ain't putting her hands on them, she probably ignoring them. They asking for things, she ain't ignoring them. She telling them no just because she can, because she feels like she's the adult and she can tell them no. She can ignore them. She ignore her own kid.
Yeah.
She don't feed her own child. She let him cough for 3 months. Like, so Mel has a lot on her plate, and she is handling it beautifully. Chef's kiss. All I can do is pray for her and tilt my head to her and ask God to keep her going. And that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what a perfect way to have the final say when it comes to the panel. Prosperity came in and reeled it right back around. Yes. Um, you definitely have to put it in the Lord's hands. You know what I mean? And the only way that Mel can fight this is the legal way. And it's legal, it's in court. You know what I'm saying? We all can say what we would do, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
she does have to do this because if not, she gonna break. You know what I mean? So that's deep though. When you really, really have to put all your faith and trust, number one, naturally it's in God, but the judicial system as well. I do
Mhm.
think that there are so many of us that are somewhat joined together on this fight with her. But I just have to tip my hat to her. I really, really do. Because it's been a lot. You know what I mean? Way back before we even knew anything when it comes to the kids, it was a lot as far as what she was experiencing on social media or in person, with the side chick and everything else. It's a lot. It really is. And thank God that like you said, I just pray for her naturally the strength, but that she hasn't lost a mind. Thank goodness,
Mhm.
because that's his goal. That's his goal. What way? I think he wake up every day. What way can I mess with Mel today? What can I do today? Okay, that didn't work. Now what can I do? Let me go ahead and have Ariane come on over here. And then next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell her to go ahead and turn that camera on. Go ahead and show the gingerbread house. You know what I mean? That is so scary for somebody that said that he prayed for his wife to act in this manner. You pray for them to do what you've done while married and after. It's ludicrous. Um, it really, really is. Somebody mentioned in the kids that the kids probably cry. One of a kind Gemini. Those children probably cry when they have to go back to Martell. Something was said in the article.
Mhm.
I think it says that, well, they did mention that she wants him to have daytime visits, and that would even be sporadic. That you can come see them for 2 hours on Wednesday. That's
She
good.
said
That's
supervised
daytime.
visit.
Yeah, go on head on after that. Not no every day, because again, that means she would have
Mhm.
to be stuck every day if that's granted. No, go on get that girl full custody. And I
Mhm.
think that based on the way that her heart is set up, because of the love that she knows that her kids,
Yep.
even while being punished, still love their daddy, I think that she would still be fair, even if she had full custody. But
Mhm.
enough should be enough. And that's why I titled this, When Will the Court System Believe Women? If I was in court telling y'all this in 2021, ain't no way in the world I should be back in court in 2024.
Yes, God.
There's just no way, you know? And, I'm not going to get into, again, all of the stories that we know that happens on a daily basis, and they can really care less. Their homes are intact.
Mm.
They may not have a Martell. You know what I'm saying? So they don't pay close enough attention to me, to the signs, the
Yep.
details, to the news stories, and every damn thing else. Any judge is crazy to me that still, like Hannah Grace said, allow Martell to have full week on, week off custody, whatever it is, 50-50, not full, after everything that's gone on. I mentioned last week that just to show you how much stuff happen. I just said a couple minutes ago. Last week it was Tasha K. Week before it was this. Forgot all about the arrest. That was the week before. That was the week before. The reunion was the week before that.
Mhm.
So, you know what I mean? It's like, ooh, child, I'm like you, Prosperity. I'm not there yet. God is still working on me. And, thank God that He's worked on Mel enough for her to handle this the best way. And the best way is legally. But
Yes.
the heartache, the pain, the torture that I know that she feels every time those kids are over there, that'll drive me crazy. Like you, Prosperity. I don't know if you guys know the comedian who's from Chicago, Moto Brooks or something like that. He got a whole tree costume where he can stand up against the
Mhm.
tree and you wouldn't even know it was him. That would be me. That would
Exactly.
be me. Have me a little something up under that costume where I could nibble on and drink. But that would be me, you know. Scary, scary thought, but it's been a heavy topic for those of you, Aunt Debbie, and a couple people in the chat that said that this triggered you guys. I also saw a couple of you, Soul Star, that say that one day you guys will share your testimony. I would suggest becoming members of the Cutie Crew. It is a safe space. We've shared some deep, deep things there, and free yourself. I need to, and I'll have to do that next time. But when it comes to DV, here's the hotline. Next time I will have the child AB hotline, because that's what it is to me. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because, as somebody else mentioned, Martell puts on a suit and can smile. Nothing is appealing to me about Martell. Nothing. And any woman, Ariana, anybody else that can look through all of this and find some type of attraction is crazy as hell to me. Crazy. So continue prayers for the Eminem kids. Continue prayers for Mel. I wish I would have had the pictures from the birthday party put together, but I'm sure you guys saw it. Malia and Mariah celebrated their birthday this past weekend. Seems like it went off without a hitch. We do know last year Mr. Man showed up and did what? Calls a scene. Calls a scene. You know what I'm saying? No way I could be tied to that fool. Like Braylon Lee said earlier, somebody would have to handle that. In whatever way, just go and do what you need to do. Give me some peace, please. But I love you guys. Thank you again for joining me. Shout out to the panel, Pastor Braylon Lee, Hannah Grace, Taya, LaDawn. Thanks for sharing your story as well, LaDawn. Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie, get your spirits up. I know it's heavy. And I wish we would knit to roll out. Ooh, if I was a Huntsville child. I'm telling. And last but not least, Prosperity Thick Girl. Thank you for giving us, I think, what we needed to lean on tonight. And also that message to Mel. So Mel, keep doing your damn thing. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Period. That's it. But thank you guys. Shout out to the cutie mods. My sis Pink Diva, looks on, Aunt Debbie, and Tyra. Tyra, give Papa Tyra a kiss for me. Cutie crew. I will see you guys tomorrow. I forgot
And
what
and chit and chit and chit chat. I do want to say this very quickly. To all of you ladies here and to all the ladies that have been in every live chat, I just want y'all to know, even though um I'm only 29, I want y'all to know that each story that y'all say makes me better as a man.
Mm,
Because even though I'm not a husband yet, that doesn't mean I can't learn how to become a good husband.
that's
Just
right,
know that
baby.
y'all do inspire me with y'all vulnerability. And hashtag DoorDash matters. Okay, now we can.
DoorDash matters. Okay. Can we
Hey,
get
chit chat.
DoorDash on the line right now?
Chad, let me say to Braylon too, thank you guys for stepping up. Everybody
Yes,
was standing up to Martell and telling, helping women to explain from a male's perspective what women like Melody, she's the example
absolutely.
that, a lot of women go through. And it's going to take
Mhm.
men like y'all. Thank you for joining the fight. We appreciate it.
It is no problem
Absolutely.
at all. I appreciate the love. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me
Absolutely.
up, Chit Chat.
You are welcome anytime, sis. Thank you to the panel.
Nighty night.
Okay,
Ciao.
sis says you think that Martell had her on her actual birthday, the day he took her to Top Golf. Yeah, okay, okay. All right, bravo. Good night. Good night again to the cuties in the chat. Good night to the cutie crew. Good
Good
night to
night.
the panel. Cutie crew, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I think I'm gonna go and push that trip off until the last trip. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not feeling it right now. I'm tired. I wish you guys, I may post a picture. I have about right now, I would say 20 boxes, large boxes in my living room, boxes in other rooms. But the good news is I did find a company that's going to, it's a furniture place that I'm just giving away furniture. They will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's why I can't do the power hour. And I am so grateful of that. So that's less that my family have to do next week to get me on up out of here. But love you guys. Oh, MD Hill. Thank you. Now, I don't think it shows who you gifted. Okay, Tennessee Girl was gifted. Linda Gamble was gifted a membership. Megan, Just Listening, and Alf MC. How sweet of you, MD Hill. Thank you so much. It won't let me gift it. Now, when I push the little dollar sign, it says, and I'm gonna do this, but they say you can't pick it, and I want to be able to pick. So let me see. I'm gonna do one right now. I'm gonna do 5 right now. 5 is $34.95, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And who was that? Soul Star. Soul Star. Well, you guys try to comment after me. Try to comment after me. Somebody. I'm gifting 5 memberships right now. So I used up my free. But let me go ahead and do this. 5 members. Ooh, child. 50 memberships is $349. Um, okay, now it's just scrolling. It's not doing it. Okay. Hold on, guys. YouTube selects the eligible recipients who have opted in. Gift. Okay, hold on. Let me try it again. All right, so well, we'll get it worked out. I'll try to do it in the next live. I will do it, not try. Let me put that up here. Give memberships. Maybe I need to do it from let me try that. But I don't have a dollar sign on my desktop. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you guys while I figure this out, but we'll get that done. Again, thank you so much. Good night, sis. We shall chat tomorrow. Sis and I were talking about this earlier today. Both of us were sad. Prayers going out to Mel. Keep your head up. Hey, Justice. Keep up the good fight, as we know that you will. This is definitely not a fight. We're not laying down for nothing, but definitely not when it comes to her children. When it comes to a guy that say, okay, I'll let them on the show if you agree to corporal punishment. Man, if you don't go here somewhere, he needs some punishment. Corporal, whatever. But good night, guys. Good night, Deshonda. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys again for joining me for this live. If you have not hit the like button, please make sure to hit that like button on your way out, cutie crew. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.
with Cutie. Chit chat with Cutie. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with Cutie. Chit chat with Cutie. Chit chat with Cutie. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with Cutie.